Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today we are going to solve day 13 problem of this month on Leetcode. Before starting, if you guys haven't subscribed my YouTube channel yet, then please go ahead and subscribe it. Now without any delay, let's get started with today's problem. Problem number 632. Smallest range covering elements from K lists. Okay, so this is a hard level problem marked by Leetcode. So let's read the problem statement first. In this problem, you have k lists of sorted integers in non-decreasing order. Okay, so this is the key of this problem. So we have k list of sorted integers in increasing order. We have to find the smallest range that includes at least one number from each of the k lists. Okay, we define the range a b is smaller than the range c d if b minus a is less than d minus c. Okay, so this is pretty much clear now. So this range, okay, b minus a, let's say difference is just 2, and d minus c difference is, let's say, 3. So this range ab is smaller than this range cd, right? If my b minus a is less than d minus c. Okay, so this is pretty much clear. And then what is the meaning of this line? Or a less than c if b minus a is equal to d minus c. Okay, so here it is saying that if both ab and cd are same, okay, difference between them is same, let's say, okay, ab and cd difference is same, then what will happen? Okay, so here let's say ab range is like this, 6 and here 8. Okay, and here cd range is like this, 10 and here 12. Okay, so here you see difference is same, b minus a is equal to d minus c. Okay, then we are going to say that a b is smaller because my a value is smaller than c, right? C is 10 here, and here a is just 6, right? Even though difference is same, okay, in both a b and cd, then we have to consider this one because my a is smaller than c. Okay, so in this way we can say that our range ab is smaller than the range cd. Okay, so I hope that you guys are clear with this line as well. All right, okay, so now see this example one. This is my nums array. Okay, so all the elements are in increasing order in these lists. Okay, so total 3 lists are there, and see all the numbers are in increasing order. Okay, now here uh, see this range 20 to 24. So here 20 to 24. Okay, so here this element is there. Okay, 24, which is from my list 1. Okay, 20 to 24, 20 is there. Okay, so from list 2 we have one element, 22 is there. Okay, from list 3 I have one element. So in this range, this is the smallest range of just 4, right? 24 minus 24. Okay, in this range I see that all the elements are there in all my lists, right? So list 1, 24 is in the range 20 to 24. List 2, 20 is in the range 20 to 24. Okay, list 3, 22 is in the range of 20 to 24. Okay, so this is what we need to find, right? So I hope that you guys are clear. Okay, how we are getting this output. Okay, so this is the smallest range, so you can try with some other ranges, but you will not find any perfect range other than this. Okay, so that is why output of this problem is this 20 to 24. Okay, so now how we are going to achieve this? That is the question, right? How we are going to achieve this? So I am going to solve this problem using 3 approaches. Okay, so first we are going to solve this problem using brute force. Okay, and then after that I am going to solve this problem using priority queue. Then after that I will try to solve this problem using 2 pointers, or we'll see. Okay, or we can use sliding window. Okay, or I can say sliding window as well. Okay, 2 pointer sliding window. Okay, you can say anything, 2 pointers or sliding window, same thing. All right, this priority queue and this brute force. Okay, so now let's solve this problem first using brute force. Okay, so how we are going to solve this problem using brute force? Okay, so let's see that. So here approach number 1. Okay, so elements are like this: 4, 10, 15, 24, 26. Okay, so let me add this: 4, 10, 15, 24, 26, 24 and 26. Okay, 0, 9, 12, 20. Okay, 0, 9, 12, 20. And then third list is 5, 18, 22, 30. 5, 18, 22, 30. Okay, that's it, right? So now let's see how I'm going to solve this problem. So this is nothing but my list 1. Okay, this is nothing but my list 2, and this is nothing but my list number 3. Okay, so now, okay, so now what I'm going to do here, okay, so here first thing that we need to do here, we will going to create the indices. Okay, so here how many total lists I have? 3 lists, right? So I will create one variable k, and in this k I am just going to store the size. Okay, nums.size. So nums.size is going to give me the total lists that I have. Okay, then after that I will create one indices array. Okay, and this indices array is of size k, is of size k. Okay, then we, after that, once this is done, so why I'm going to use this indices? So it is, I'm going to use it to store the current index of each list. Okay, this indices array. All right, then we have to track the smallest range as well. So initially, let's say my range is 0 to max value of integer. Okay, infinity, you can say integer max value, max value of integer. Okay, so this is my current range. Okay, so now after that, what we need to do here, so do one thing, create few variables like current min. Okay, current min, let's take that as max value of integer. Okay, integer dot max value, and take one more uh, variable as current max, and assign the value this as integers minimum value. Okay, and this is done. Then after that, create one more variable, let's say minimum list index, and set it to 0. Then we have to find the current minimum and maximum values across all the lists. Okay, so here let's understand this with diagram. Okay, that I'm going to make now. Okay, without wasting any time. Okay, so first I will check all the first elements here in all the lists. Okay, so I'm going to check all these elements. Okay, so out of these elements, which value is minimum? This value is minimum, right? This 0 is minimum. Okay, so 0 is minimum, right? So here 0 is minimum, and what value is maximum? 5 is maximum. Okay, so if I consider only these elements, 4, 0 and 5 from all these lists, then 5 is the maximum and 0 is the minimum. So what is the difference that I'm getting? I'm getting difference as 5. Okay, so if I consider this range, if I consider this range 0 to 5, if I consider this range, then I will get all the one element from all the lists, right? So that's the simple meaning of this one. Okay, that's the simple meaning of this line, 0 to 5 I will get 1. So now after that I will check if there is any other range which is smaller than this 5. This is what I need to check, right? So now what I'm going to do, I will fix this, I will not change. Okay, in this list 1 I will fix this index, I will fix this index, I will only increase the index which is smaller. Okay, so out of these list 1, list 2, list 3, this value is smaller. So here for this smaller value I will give increase the index. Okay, for others it will remain fixed. And what is the reason for that one? Okay, this is your next question, why I am just increasing this index, okay, from here to here, and not increasing the index for other two? Because if I increase the index for other two, then my range will increase in that case. Okay, then definitely my range will increase. 0 is fixed, 0 is smallest, and here instead of 4 if I use 10, then I will get 10 minus 0. That is bad, right? Range will increase. Okay, so it makes sense, right, to increase this smaller value only. Okay, so now once this is done, so let me just erase all these things. Okay, so now I will check all these. Okay, now I will check all these. Okay, see this, I will check all this. So now list 1 is 4, list 2 is 9, and from list 3 I'm getting 5. Okay, so out of these 4, 9 and 5, the largest value is 9 and smallest value is 4. Okay, so 9 minus 4 is 5. Okay, 9 minus 4 is 5. This 5 is the same as this 5. Okay, so now out of this 0 5, okay, 0 5 and this 4 9, 4 9, which should I consider? Tell me, think about it for 3 seconds. Out of these two, which should I consider? I consider this one only, right? Both are having same difference. Here 5 and here it's also 5. What, why I have to consider this? Because I have explained this line, right? A is less than C. Okay, if both are equal, then we have to consider this one. Okay, because here A is less than C. So here A0 is less than 4. Okay, that is why I have to consider this one only. Okay, so this is done. Now, all right, till here you are clear. Okay, so now out of this 4, 9 and 5, which is smallest? This 4 is smallest. Increase this index. Okay, so now let me just erase this diagram. Okay, so now we have to compare it like this: 10, 9 and 5. Okay, so here now see, 10 is largest and 5 is smallest, so difference again it's 5 only, right? 10 and 5 difference is 5 only, so no benefit. Okay, no benefit. But here 5 is smallest, so now my index of this one is going to be increased, smallest one is going to be increased. Okay, erase this. Okay, so now this is what I have to check, right? 10, 9, 18. Okay, 18 is largest and 9 is smallest. 9 difference is 9. No, not beneficial. Okay, increase this to here. Okay, so my new diagram is going to be like this. Okay, and now after that I have to check like this. Okay, now just let me remove this old one. Okay, this is done. Now here see, 10, 12, 18. 18 is largest and 10 is smallest. Okay, difference is 8. No, it's not beneficial to consider this, right? So what I'm going to do, I have to increase this 10 to here, right? This is smallest now out of 10, 12 and 18. This is smallest 10, so I have to increase this to 15. Okay, so now my diagram is going to look like this: 15, 12 and 18. Okay, out of in these I have to check. Okay, this is my brute force. Okay, but with this I will also pass this solution. Okay, don't worry. So 15, 12 and 18. This 12, 18 is 18 is largest, 12 is smallest. 18, 12, 6. No, range I have already one range 5. Okay, I don't need to consider this. Okay, so now this 12 is going to be increased. Okay, this index is going to be increased to 20. Okay, 12 is minimum. So now after that I have to check in this shape, right? Let's remove it. Okay, now see here, 15, 20 and 18. So here you see that 20 is largest and 15 is smallest. Difference is 5, but I don't need to take that, right? because because I have already one range 5. Okay, so I don't need to consider that. Okay, so now what will happen, this 15 is smallest, this 15 is going to increase to this 24. Okay, so after that diagram is going to be like this: 24, 20 and 18. Okay, now let me just remove this white color one. Okay, this is done. Okay, now see here, 24 is the greatest and 18 is smallest. So difference 6, I don't need to consider. So now my 18 will be increased to this 24, right? Because 18 is smallest. So now new diagram is going to look like this. This is how my new diagram is going to look like. Okay, Now let me just remove the other one. Okay, this is done. So now see this diagram. 24, 20, 22. Largest value is 24 and smallest value is 20. All right, here range is just of 4 size. Okay, and the smallest element is 20, and largest element is 24. Okay, and see here. So now we can consider this range, because in this range 20 to 24 I am getting all the elements, one element from all the lists, right. Okay, clear. Now what will happen? Now after that, once this is done, after that this 20 is smallest. Okay, we have to check further as well, right? So here I will reach to this index, and now this, if once I reach this, and you see that I have reached to the list to size. List to size is nothing but 4, right? List to size is 4. So here if I just give the indexes, 0 index, 1 index, 2 index, 3 index, 4 index. So once I reach to the size of that particular list, okay, outer bound, I reach outer bound, then I have to stop. Okay, because after that I will not get any best answer, right? Because I'm reaching outer bound. That's it. Okay, so just return it. So that's it. That's our brute force. Okay, so I hope that you guys are clear. Okay, so initially we will take current mean as this one, and we have to update. Okay, so now let's write the code for this one. Okay, then you guys will get a clear idea why I have written all these things here. Okay, so now let's move to the code for the brute force. Okay, here this video is going to become lengthy, I think, because I am going to explain 3 approaches, right? And other 2 approaches will also take some time. Int k is equal to, but I will try to keep this video as short as possible, nums dot size, because usually most guys, when they see the length of video, they don't prefer to watch that. So that's the reason sometimes I make the videos in a little bit hurry. Okay, so but let's say this is a hard level problem, so let's solve it little slowly. Okay, so now after that we have to store the current index of each list. Okay, so for that purpose I have to create indices. Okay, int indices is equal to new int k, and we have to track the smallest range. So initially let's take this range. Int range is equal to new int, and starting range, I am saying that starting from 0, and it is integer dot max value. Okay, so large, so definitely we will update it later on. Okay, max value. Okay, now after that, here I am going to just run one while loop, and while it is true, okay, so it is always going to keep running until I just break it. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. If I reach at this particular case, I will simply break it, otherwise it will always going to be executable. Okay, so here now I am just going to define these things: current min, current max. So you guys are also thinking why I have written these and I haven't used these here. Okay, but I have written it here. Okay, so now you will get understand. Okay, so here int current min. Okay, so initially I'm saying that current minimum, my current minimum is integer dot max value infinity. Okay, so here integer dot max underscore value. Okay, this is done. Then let's say my current max now. Current max is my minimum value. Okay, I'm taking opposite of, okay, the variable name, integer dot min underscore value. Okay, now min list index, minimum list index. Okay, so I will show you where I'm going to use this. Minimum list index is equal to 0. Okay, all right, then we have to find the current minimum and maximum values across the lists. Okay, so this is what initially I have started from here, right? And I found out the minimum and max, and then I calculate the range. Okay, that's a simple thing I have to do, but with a little bit twist here. Okay, so now here write one loop for int I is equal to 0, I is less than k, I plus plus. Okay, now here current element. Okay, so I have to take the current element. So in the current element is equal to, go to my nums. Okay, and from these nums get the particular list. Okay, get of I. Okay, I'm getting particular list. Okay, so from that particular list we have to get the indices. Get, we have to get which indices? Okay, indices of I. So indices of 0 I have to get, let's say. So initially I have created these indices, okay, of size k. So initially all these values are 0 0 0. So I have to increase these indices one by one. Okay, wherever I have got the minimum value, I have to increase the indices for that one. Okay, I will show you where I'm going to use that. This is done. Current element is equal to nums dot get I, get that particular list, and from that particular list get that particular element, get that particular index. Okay, get that particular value from that particular index. Okay, so from, let's say, from this list to get that particular index value, like this. Okay, so that's a simple meaning. Okay, now we have to update the current minimum, and then we have to update the current maximum. Okay, so how I'm going to update the current minimum first? Okay, if this current element, okay, if this current element, what I'm updating my current minimum. Okay, so if my current element is less than curmin, okay, that's the purpose. Definitely it is going to be minimum. Okay, it is not infinity, right? So in that case I will just update my curmin to the current element. Okay, one second. Okay, this is done. Now for every small element, okay, whatever the my current minimum, okay, whatever the current minimum that I have, for that particular current min I have to increment my min list index. Okay, so here, if this is my current min, then for this current min I have to update my min list index to I. Okay, so right now, when I was here for, so my min list of I index was set to I 0 0 only, right? Okay, then when I was let's say some other position, okay, let's say I am at here, so for this 0, okay, so it will increase. I will show you later on. Okay, so you will get confused otherwise. Okay, so we have to update the current maximum as well. So that's a little bit opposite of this one, right? If current element is greater than cur max, okay, so definitely this value is going to be greater, right? Cur max, here single r, I'm using single r. Okay, so cur max is minimum initially I took. Okay, so definitely it will be greater. Okay, so here inside this, what I have to do, I have to update my cur max to current element, current element. Okay, so this is what I need to do here inside this for loop. Okay, let me just decrement the size of this one. Okay, so this is what I'm doing inside this for loop. So I am picking the current element, whatever the current element that I'm getting, and that for particular current element I'm updating, okay, one by one. Okay, so here, see, okay, so here current element is equal to nums dot get 0. Okay, I is 0, so nums of get 0 0 dot get indices of 0. So indices of 0, at indices of 0, what is the index that I have? Value I have 0. Okay, so here what I get 4. Okay, I get this 4. Okay, so my current element, which is nothing but 4. Okay, 4 is less than current min, yes, right? So my current min is going to be current element, and my min list of index is going to be I. Okay, so here min list of index, which is 0. Okay, here it I initialize 0, so here also it is 0 only. Okay, right now. Okay, and then I read here, if my current element is greater than current max, yes, it is also true, then my current max is current element. So initially 4 is both my current max and current min. Okay, then after that my I is going to be increment. Okay, I is going to be increment, so I is 1. Okay, I is 1. So nums dot get 1, from 1 get indices 1. So from 1 get indices 1, so 0 only, if here 0 is there. Okay, so what I will get, I will get 0. I will get 0 here. Okay, so now see here, current element is 0. 0 is less than my current mean. Okay, current mean, previous current mean, what was my current mean? 4. So 0 is less than 4, yes. So my current mean will become 0, and mean list of index here it will become 1, right? Mean list of index it will become 1 here. So this is going to become 1 here. Okay, all right, mean list of index. Okay, and then so here it is indices. Okay, so consider mean index. Okay, here mean list index, so I have written it somewhere here. Okay, so this is going to become 1. Okay, then after that here 0 is greater than current max, no. Then after that 5 will come. Okay, get to 5 will come. So here for this 5, uh, for this 5, here what will happen, this is not going to be operated, this will operate. 5 is greater than current max 4, so current max will become 5. Okay, so current max is 5, this is current max CMA, and this is current minimum. Okay, and this is the value that I have mean list of index, and it is updated to 1. Okay, it is updated to 1, right? So now let's see what is going to happen. So how I am going to use this one next time. Okay, so here my for loops end, and here, right, and from this for loop I get my current min, I get my current max, and I get min list of index which is set to 1. Okay, so now how I'm going to use that, where I'm going to use this. Okay, so now let's see that. All right, so once this is done, here my for loops ends. Now we have to update the range if a smaller one is found. So here what I'm going to check, if simple one condition, if condition, if my cur max minus cur min, okay, simply I'm checking it, right, is less than, okay, if my cur max minus cur min is less than this value. Okay, initial value of range. So initial range value, there are two elements in this range array. Okay, so this is at 0 index, this is at 1 index. Okay, so I will just compare. So if this is less than my range of 1 minus range of 0, simple comparison, right? Range of 1 minus range of 0. Okay, if this is the case, then I will just update my range 0 and range 1. Okay, only in that case I have to update my range 0 and range 1. So range 0, I am storing what at range 0, I am storing current min, and I have to update my range of 1 to current max. That's it. Okay, that's it. This is done. Then after that, one thing, only one thing is pending. We have to move to the next element in the list that had the minimum value. So now I will show you how I'm using this main list index. Okay, so here I'm going to write if, okay, indices. Okay, I have these indices, so all these indices are where is the indices, all these indices are 0 0 0 right now, right? If indices, and here min list index. Okay, min list index, indices at min list index. So min list index is 1, and here indices at min list index simply means here at this position. Okay, at this position. Okay, I have to increment it. So here increment this plus plus, I have incremented this, and after incrementing, let's say if it becomes, if it reaches at this position, let's say if it reaches at this position somehow, okay, it will reach in the end. So here what I'm going to write, nums, okay, in all my lists, get that particular list, which list, in which I have this min list index. So these are the indices of list only, na, list, this list. So here I am just going to write nums dot get this min list of index, and for this min list of index, what is my size. Okay, that's it. Okay, so if this happens, okay, if this happens, then simply break. Okay, so here break it, that's it. Okay, all right, so now let's just format it. Okay, now this is done. Okay, now in the end, After this break, okay, so here this ends, here this ends, and here, okay, so this is where my this while loop ends. Okay, then after that we have to just return range. That's it. Okay, that's it. Now let me just minimize the code. So 28 lines of code, right? Let's run it. So see, all the test cases has been accepted. Now let's submit it. So see, our solution is accepted, right? So I hope that you guys are clear with this. Easy, right? So that's it, just 28 lines of code. Okay, so now can we move to our next approach? Approach number 2, using priority queue. Okay, so now let's see how I'm going to solve this problem using priority queue. So let's just do one thing here. Let me just erase this, confirm, increment the size. Okay, so this is how it looks like right now. So I have to implement the priority queue. Okay, so here let's do one thing. Let's write few lines of code first. Okay, so I have to create one priority queue, which is I'm going to use to store value, list index, and element index. Okay, so I'm going to create one priority queue. Okay, and in this priority queue, okay, I'm going to store what? I'm going to store value, value. I'm going to store the list index, list index. Okay, and then after that I'm going to store the element index, element index. Okay, these three things I'm going to store in my priority queue. Okay, so let's do one thing here. Let's write priority queue, and I'm storing array, right? Three things I have told you I'm going to store. Okay, let's name it as pq new priority queue. Okay, and here inside this, use comparator dot comparing int. Okay, let's use this comparing it. I am going to compare them based on their values. Okay, so here a of 0. Okay, like that, like this. So I'm doing the comparison based on their first value, like that is simple value. Okay, that's it. Okay, so by default it is going to be min heap, right? So now after that, let's create few more variables. Int max val, and set it to integer dot min underscore value. Okay, and create a range start. Okay, int range start and set it to 0. Okay, int range end, int range end is equal to integer dot max underscore value. Okay, few variables that we have to create. Max underscore value, max underscore value, value. Okay, that's it. Now what we have to do? Now just insert the first element from each list into the min heap. Okay, so that's what we need to do here. So my lists are like this: 4, 10, 15, 24, 26. 4, 10, 15, 24, 26. 4, 10, 15, 24, 26, 0, 9, 12, 20, 0, 9, 12, 20, and then we have 5, 18, 22, 30. Okay, 5, 18, 22, and 30. Okay, so list 1, list 2, and list 3. Okay, let me write list 2, list 1. Okay, so I have these lists. So what I have to do here, we have to insert the first element from each list into the min heap. Okay, how I'm going to do that? These are the elements that I have to insert. Okay, so here first let's write that for I'm going to run one loop for, and here int I is equal to 0, I is less than nums dot size I plus plus, and here after that we have to write pq dot offer. Okay, now understand it carefully. Okay, I am passing three values, right? New int and in array na, so in array what are the three things I am passing? I am passing value. Okay, so how I'm going to get the value? How I'm going to get this value? So nums dot get of I, nums dot get of I, till here I have selected the which list I want. So get 0 simply means my list 1. Okay, so list at 0 index. Okay, list 1. Okay, so from this list what we need? I need the first element. Okay, so get again dot get 0. Okay, so this is going to give me the what? This is going to give me this value, right? 4. Okay, this is done. Okay, so I have list of integers like this. Okay, so first I approach this list, and from that particular list which there are some other list of integers, so I get this element. Okay, so that's a simple thing. Okay, here this what I'm storing? Value. In priority queue what I'm storing? Value list index. So list index is nothing but this I value, right? List index. So here I have to write I, and this is nothing but element index. So element index here 0, so that is why I'm writing 0 here, right? That's it. So this is how I have to insert. Okay, close this. Okay, and side by side here one thing. Okay, update my maxwell as well. Maxwell is equal to math dot max of maxwell, and here I have to update the maximum value. Okay, so here how I'm going to get the max value? Nums dot get of I of 0. Okay, so I'm just checking the what is the max value that I have obtained here. That's it. So in this way I am going to add. Okay, this is done. We have inserted the first element from each list into the min heap. Okay, and based on their starting value. Okay, so here how I'm going to add? So for 0 0. Okay, for let's say for 0 0, then we have this 0 1 0. Okay, it will come to the top based on their first value. Okay, main heap 0, list index is 1 and first element. Okay, then here list 3 element is 5. Okay, value is 5 from list 2, and element index is 0. Okay, so here a list 1 which is nothing but 0 index, list 2 is nothing but index 1, list 3 is at index 2. Okay, something like that you can say. All right, this is done. So this is what we have to do first. Okay, until here we are done, right? Now after that we have to continue until we can't proceed further. Okay, so here write while loop while my pq dot size. Okay, until my this particular size is equal to the num dot size. Okay, so right now it is equal to this one, right? We have insert all the elements one at one time, right? Total size is 3, which is equal to k value. Okay, total size of all the list, total list I have 3, right? So nums dot size is 3, right? So right now we can execute whatever the inside our while loop. Okay, now what I have to do? So first let's pick first data. Okay, first let's pick first data. Okay, 0 1 0, pop this 0 1 0, poll this 0 1 0. Okay, let me remove it from top of my main heap. Okay, so now we have to do this. So for that I'm going to create int data is equal to pq dot poll. Okay, so I poured this element which is nothing but this is array only na, this is array only. In particular I'm adding into arrays only. Okay, 0 1 0. Okay, now once this is done, now after that what we need to do? So here new value. Okay, what are new value, sorry, not new value, min value. Okay, int min value. Okay, so min value is going to be, definitely it is at top, it is at top now, topmost element. This is going to have my min value. Okay, this value is going to mean, so here mean I'm going to write data of 0, at 0 index I have min value. Okay, now which row? My row is going to be data of 1, right? And after that, column, which column? Column is going to be data of 2. So that's it, easy, right? Which row, which list you can say. Okay, with this list. Okay, list 2, which is 1 index. Okay, so this, let's say row, and which column? From top you say this is 0 index, this column 0. Okay, so this is column, which list, which index of that particular list? Column. I'm saying this column, I'm saying this row, and I'm saying this as my mean value. Okay, now what? Now what we need to do? Okay, now we have to update the smallest range. So here, but I'm to check if my maxwell, if maxwell minus minval. Okay, so now I have rated my maxwell side by side first time. Okay, here only. So from here I get my maxwell. So what is my maxwell? From here that I have got 5, definitely the topmost element, 5 only. Topmost, sorry, topmost not. Every time I was putting all this value one by one. So from here I was getting one value which is at 0 place. Okay, this value. So maximum among them 0, 4, 5. 5 was maximum. So here I'm just checking the range. If maximum minus mean, well, if it is less than range and minus range start. Okay, if this is the case, then inside this we have to update my range start and range end. Let's do that. Range start is going to be meanwhile, and range end is going to be maxwell. Okay, this is done. Then all this is happening inside this priority queue. Okay, so now here, if possible, we have to add the next element from the same row to the heap. Okay, so we have updated the smallest range. Okay, then after that, if possible, we have to add the smallest, add the next element from the same row to the heap. Okay, so from this, which we have removed this now, so from this only we have to add the next element. Okay, from the same row to the heap. So here next element is 9, and 9 is coming from 9 here. Let's say 9 is coming from which list? One list. And at which index? This is coming from index number, this column 1. Okay, column 1. So 911 I have to add, but here I am writing 911 at bottom because this 9 is bigger than 4 and 5. Okay, so that's the reason. So here how I'm going to write, if call plus 1. Okay, I'm just validating like last time. If my call plus 1, okay, next index, if it is less than equal to, if it is less than, let's say nums dot get that particular row. Okay, that particular row dot size. Okay, that particular row dot size, same thing as last time. Okay, I'm just checking if it goes out of bound. Okay, if it doesn't goes out of bound, then from this smallest element I have to select the next val. Okay, so int next val is equal to nums dot get from that same row, what element I have to get call plus 1. Okay, whatever the call value that I have, now in this call value I have to increment the 1. Okay, so last time data 2, here it was 0, now I have to increment it 1. Okay, so see here 911. Okay, this is what I have to add. So call plus 1, that's it. Okay, this is done. Okay, now here I have to add this in my pq.offer. What I'm adding, new int, new array. Again I'm going to add one array, and in this array I'm passing my next val. Okay, You guys are already clear, I think, right? Row, and here call plus 1 I have to write. That's it. Okay, this is done. Then after that, next well. Okay, so this is a new value. Okay, next well, sorry, next, what I'm writing, Maxwell. Maxwell, I have to update this Maxwell, right, every time. So now out of this 459 I have to update the Maxwell, right? So here Maxwell is equal to math.max of my Maxwell and next where. Okay, same thing we are doing here, but using priority queue. That's it. Okay, so this goes inside this while loop. Okay, inside this while loop, still size is maintained as 3. Okay, but there will come one time when this condition will not execute. Okay, then my priority queue will stop, this while loop will stop working. Okay, so in the end we have to just return, spelling mistake, return new int. Okay, and here we have to just pass range start and range end. That's it. Okay, that's it. Let's minimize the screen and let's format the code and let's run it and see if there are any code issues, then we'll try to fix that. So yes, integer dot this issue. Okay, min. Let's run it again. So see, all the test cases has been accepted. So last time when we submit our solution, we were here, okay, at this how much, 1847 milliseconds. Okay, here now let's submit it. Let's see. Okay, so now we are here, just 35 milliseconds. Nice. Okay, so I hope that you guys are clear with this priority queue approach. Okay, so we are doing the same thing, and now again 27 lines of code. That's it, right? Now this video is already going very lengthy. I think we have covered 45 minutes of video, right? So 45 minutes is done. Okay, so now still one approach is pending, approach 3, which is using 2 pointers, or you can say sliding window approach. 2 pointers or sliding window. Okay, so now let's see how we are going to solve. So let me just erase this, reset. Okay, this is done. Now how we are going to solve this problem using our final approach. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, I'm simply going to merge all these. I am simply going to merge all these. So 4 is in my list 0, so I'm going to write this as 4 0. Okay, 10 I'm going to write it as 10 0. 15 I'm going to write 15 0. 24 I'm going to write it as 24 0. 26 I'm going to write it as 26 0. Okay, this 0 I'm going to write as 0 1. Okay, 9 I'm going to write 9 1. 12 I'm going to write as 12 1. 1 is nothing but which list index, 20 21. I am writing like this. 5 is in list 2. Okay, 18 is in list 2, 22 is in list 2, and 30 is in list 2. Okay, once I did this, then after that we have to merge all lists with their list index. Okay, merge all the lists with their list index. So for 0 there is only going to be one list. Okay, in this in particular list I'm going to add all these elements. Okay, then once this is done, then after that we have to sort the merge list by the number value, the first element of the array. Okay, so by the end it is going to look like this. Okay, so let me just, 0 is available in list 1. Okay, okay, and then after this 0, 4 will come. 4 is in list 0. 4 is in list 0. Then after that 5 is in list 2. 5 is in list 2. Then after that 10 9 9 is in list 1. Okay, so this is what we need to obtain first. Okay, 9 is in list 1. Then 10 in list 0. 10 in list 0. Then 18 12 15. Okay, so 12 is in list 1. We have to first write 12. 12 is in list 1. Then 15 in a list 0. 15 in a list 0. 18 in list 2. Okay, 15 18 we have covered. Then 20 in list 1. 20 in list 1. 22 is in a list 2. Okay, I hope that I'm not missing anything. Okay, and 24 0, 26 0, 24 is in 0, 26 is in 0, and there is one more, 13 2. Okay, so let's check one more time whether we are missing anything or not. So here how many total values are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. Okay, and here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13. Okay, we are good, right? 13 13. So this is what we need to obtain. So here what we did, we merge all the list with their list index, then we sort the merge list by the number value, that is the first element of the array. Then after that, what we need to do? Okay, after that, here comes our sliding window approach. Okay, so let's create two variables. Okay, so left is going to start from 0. Okay, left, let's say my left is at 0, and let's create one variable count is 0, and my range start, take it as 0, and my range end, it is going to be the infinity. Okay, integer dot max value. Okay, then I'm going to run one, uh, I'm going to use the right pointer, okay, to expand the window. So initially my L is at this position. Okay, then my right is at this position. Okay, so for this list 1, there is one element, so I am going to increment one count. Okay, then my right reaches here. For 0, I get one element, so I am going to increment the count. For 2 also I get one count, so I am going to increment the count. So total count, as soon as my count becomes 3, okay, nums dot size, so there is one window. Okay, so in this window, now I have to check the range start and range end. So 5 is max and 0 is minimum. 5 minus 0, 5. Okay, so this is one range. Once this is done, then my left is going to decrement. Okay, so my left is going to increment, left is going to reach here. I am shrinking my window. Okay, I am shrinking my window. So 0 is there, 2 is there, and then 1 is there. So in this window, then after that I will check. Okay, in this window. Okay, then once I get the result, then I will shrink my window. So 2 is there, 1 is there, then 0 is there. Okay, so again I get one element from all the windows. Then I have to check in this window. Okay, then once this is done, then I have to start checking from here. 1. Okay, now see here, 1, from one list I get one element. Okay, one list I get one element. From 0 I get one element. From 1 I'm getting another element. Okay, so here it becomes 2. So now my count is not becoming 3 right now. Okay, it is still 2 only, because this is from same list. Okay, from 0 again I get one count, 2. Then from 2 I get one count. Okay, so in this window I have to check. Then in this complete window, see here, there is element from 1, there is element from 0, and there is element from 2. So in this range 9 to 18 I have to check. Okay, so long. Then we have to again shrink this window again one by one. So can I if I shrink this, then I reach here. So again I will see if 0 1 0, if one count is still there. Okay, so we didn't left out with 1, so again shrink it. Okay, so this is how we need to do it one by one. Okay, so let's write the code, then you guys will get better idea. So in the end, what will happen, in the end we will get all the elements in this range. Okay, in this, okay, just see this blue color. Okay, so 20 to 24, all the elements are there, all the lists are there, 1 2 0. Okay, so that's what we need to achieve. Okay, so now let's write the code. With code you guys will get better understanding. Okay, so here list, we are getting one list of what, we are getting a list of int arrays, right? And here let's name it as merged new array list. Okay, and then we have to merge all the lists with their list index. So for int I is equal to 0, I is less than nums dot size I plus plus, and here inside this let's iterate over all the numbers one by one. Okay, int num, all the numbers in that particular list I have to iterate and then assign the index one index. Okay, index nothing but list index. Okay, so here nums dot get that particular list I. Okay, so now for this particular list, okay, so here I'm just going to write merge dot add, okay, new int, and here I'm just going to write num and here I. Okay, so in this way I'm just going to merge all the lists, all these elements. Okay, that's it, this is done. Then we have to sort the merge list by the number value, okay, the first element of the array. So here write merged dot sort, and here simple write comparator dot comparing int. Okay, and we are going to just based on their first values. So right, a of 0 right. Okay, then we have to initialize variables to track the frequency of list indices in the current window. Okay, so here create one map of integer frequency, and then after that new hash map. Okay, now after this take variables, few variables, int left is equal to 0 and count is equal to 0, int range start is equal to 0 and range end is equal to integer dot max underscore value. Okay, this is done here, and then after that we have to use the right pointer to expand the window. Okay, so here for int right is equal to 0 and right is less than merged dot size right plus plus, and now after that list index int list index is equal to merged dot get right. Okay, and from this right what we need 1. Okay, all right, so we have to now update the frequency map and count the distinct lists in the window. So here just I get the list name number right from here from list index, so I get the list index. Now here frequency dot put this particular list index. Okay, this is going to my key, and now what is going to be my value. Okay, so here I'm going to write frequency dot get or default. Okay, get or default. So if this list index is not there, so in that case we have to use 0. Okay, if it is not, if it is there, okay, then take that particular value of list index. Okay, but if it is not there, then take the default value 0. Okay, and to that particular value we have to add 1. Okay, this is done. Now if frequency dot get list index, okay, so only when the frequency of this particular key, okay, for this particular list is 1, in that case only increment the count. Okay, if it is a 0 then don't count, if it is 2 3 4 5 then don't count, only if it is 1 then count. Why? Because in this way I will calculate that I am getting one item from all these. Okay, so my if my count is becoming nums dot size, that simply means that from all the list I get one sometime. Okay, that's the simple meaning of this one, right? This is done. Now here inside this we have to shrink the window if it contains at least one element from each list. Okay, so that's the simple purpose of this count. So while my count is equal to nums dot size, okay, Now here what we need to do, so current range, int cur range is equal to merged dot get right. Okay, this 0 minus merged dot get right and 0. I'm just taking the values, right? Current range. So if this current range is less than, if this current range is less than what, range and minus range start. Okay, then after that we have to update my range start and range end. Okay, range start I have to update and range end I have to update. And how I'm going to update my range start and range end? So using this merged dot get, okay, and here left and left, okay, get left, and here I have to write 0. Okay, copy this merge dot get here, instead of left right right. Okay, that's it. Now once this is done, then we also need to move the left pointer to shrink the window, right? So here int left list index is equal to merged dot get left of 1. Okay, this is done. Then after that we have to just decrement the frequency, right? Frequency dot put. Okay, so here just write left list index, and we have to decrement the frequency. So here I'm just going to write frequency dot get, okay, left list index minus 1. Okay, that's it. Then here when we need to decrement the frequency, when that element is totally gone, okay, when we are shrinking the window and that element is totally gone, okay, in only that case we have to decrement the frequency of count. Okay, so same reason why we are doing here count plus plus only when this value is 1. Okay, same reason. So if frequency dot get left list index, okay, if this is equal to 0, I think our video has already crossed 1 hour, right? That's not good. Okay, so let's do it little fast. Count minus minus, and here I have to just increment the left plus plus. Okay, now only just one more line is pending. Okay, no issues, but this video is going to be very lengthy, right? Return new int, okay, and in this range of start and range of end, that's it. Okay, that's it. Now let's run the code and see if there are any code issues, then we'll try to fix that. So yes, here range start. Okay, let me just see what is the issue here. Okay, why I'm using this, and anything else if cannot find this symbol, we are line number 21. Okay, if range is less than range end minus range start. Let's run it and see why it is highlighting this. Okay, No issue, I think some other issues. Okay, so all the test cases has been accepted. Now let's submit it. Okay, so there is some issue here in this test case. Out 79 test case pass out of 90. So let's see. I think we have missed few conditions here. Let's see. Let's me go over the code one by one. So here list int merge new array list for int I is equal to 0 I less than num dot size I plus plus. Here I'm iterating over all the elements, then I'm adding them in one merge. Okay, so till here it looks good. Then I'm sorting them compared. Okay, a minus a of 0. Then in the map I'm creating one map, integer of integer frequency, new hash map, and then taking left and count as 0. Then range start is 0 and the range end is going to be max value. Okay, then I'm running this right pointer. Right is 0, right is less than merge dot size, right plus plus, and then list index is equal to merge dot get right of 1. Okay, then we are going to update the frequency, right? So frequency dot put frequency dot put list index, here frequency dot get dot default list index 0 plus 1. Okay, then here frequency dot get list index is equal to 1, then only I'm incrementing the count, and otherwise we are shrinking the count, right? So shrinking the window if it contains at least one element from each list. So by count is num of size if current range merge dot get right of 0 minus merge dot get right of. Okay, so this is the issue now. Why I'm writing right here two times? It should be left. Okay, so now let's run it. Why the test cases got passed? Okay, let's submit it again. So see, our solution is accepted, right? Can we see the time complexity from here? Yes, off and login. So simple now. I think it is going to be dominated by this merge dot sort. Okay, so we are doing the sorting. So here and login, and here we are also iterating over all these elements in my merged uh, list of integer array one by one. Okay, and inside this there is one while loop. Okay, so this is just used to shrink or increment the window size, right? Shrink the window size and all that stuff. Okay, so basically my overall time complexity is going to be dominated with this merge dot sort. That is why you guys are seeing the time complexity as off and login. Okay, so I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem. If you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to ask in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you guys in the next video. And I will do one thing. I will add the time complexities in the comment section of this video. Okay, for better understanding for all the three approaches, because I missed that, I think, for right. So I hope that you guys are able to understand today's problem. If you guys still have any doubts, then please feel free to reach out in comment section. Till then, keep coding and keep practicing. Meet you in the next video. Thank you. Bye bye.